Good afternoon. Holyrood was evacuated earlier after suspect packages containing white powder were sent to Conservative MSPs. 3 packages were sent to Tory politicians, with one being opened by a member of staff from Jamie Halcrow-Johnston's office. The MSP block was evacuated, but it's now understood the incident has been resolved. The death of a woman who was murdered by her brother could have been prevented if call centre staff had correctly logged her call for help. That's according to the Police Investigations and Review Commissioner. Elizabeth Bowe was killed by Charles Gibson at her home in St Andrews in September last year. Miss Bowe was known to police as a vulnerable person, but call centre staff failed to dispatch officers to her address after she reported her brother had stolen her phone.
Our main recommendations to Police Scotland are that they treat all calls from vulnerable persons as a priority, they deal with them appropriately, and they ensure that their call centres and the staff within call centres receive appropriate assistance, advice and guidance, and prioritising calls from vulnerable people.
First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has spoken for the first time about the resignation of Mark MacDonald. The Aberdeen Donside MSP stepped down as Childcare Minister on Saturday, saying some of his past behaviour had been considered to be inappropriate. Highlands and Islands MSP Marie Todd will replace him in the role.
I think he is to be given credit for taking responsibility for his behaviour. I'm not going to say any more than that, because in the nature of what we're dealing with here, there is also a really important aspect of confidentiality and privacy for any woman that might come forward and raise concerns. So Mark has stepped down. I'll appoint his replacement today, and I think all of us now have to make sure that we continue to encourage men to take responsibility for their behaviour.
A man is in a serious condition in hospital following a house fire in Aberdeen. The 54-year-old was rescued from a property in Derbeth Crescent at 7:30 last night. An investigation has been launched. Football now, and Dundee United are set to confirm Shaba Laszlo as their new manager within the next 24 hours. The former Hearts boss is likely to be paraded at Tannadice tomorrow. His first game in charge of United will be Saturday's Iron Brew Cup visit of Northern Irish side Crusaders. Now here's Joe with the weather forecast.
TUI sponsors STV Weather.
Hello, as the rain cleared away from the east, we've now seen some brighter skies behind that, but there's also a fair few blustery showers coming in towards the west. So temperatures vary from 7 up to perhaps 10 Celsius and a bit of shelter away towards the east, but overnight it's going to turn calm, clear and cold, particularly for Grampian, where temperatures will fall down below freezing. There'll be a widespread frost and temperatures could dip down to around -6 just for a time in rural spots. So a chilly start as we go into Wednesday, but out towards the west, there's high cloud increasing and it's going to turn wet and windy as we end the day. Goodbye.
TUI sponsors STV Weather.
Well, that's all we have time for this lunchtime. Norman will be here with the STV News at 6, giving you a full roundup of the day's news and sport. Until then, have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.